Thank you for joining me. I ran across an episode of Maury on YouTube. I don't watch these shows on YouTube, but the title did catch my eye. It reminded me of a court show I saw. It exposed the self-hatred some black people have. This is a prime example of the brainwashing and indoctrination that has been going on since the theft of this.
Everybody welcome Tricoya to the Maury Show. Now, Tricoya says that she was pursued by a man named Okoye for a year before she even dated him. And 4 months into their relationship, Tricoya discovered that she was pregnant with her now 6-week-old baby, Rain. Look at Rain. Now, everything was fine until Okoye told his mother, Queen, the news. And that's when Queen, the mother, declared, Okoye does not date black women. He is not that baby's father.
I know my son is not the father of that baby because he does not sleep with black women. My son only dates white women. Besides white women, he would only date Greek and Italian women. But that's it. I don't want anything to do with Tricoya or her baby. I can't even look at them. Tricoya is disrespectful, wild, and she will sleep with any man that comes along. Just look at her. She's a mess. I have to protect my son from Tricoya and all the women that try to put babies on him. My son is such a fine young man and popular. I will protect him from nasty young women like Tricoya to the day I die.
What do you think of that?
She looks stupid. She looks dumb saying that.
You're stupid. You're the one stupid. You're the one stupid.
Only white women.
Obviously not. I'm black. That's why we're here, because we fell in and we made a baby.
Okay. So, would you call it a relationship?
We did have a relationship for just a tad little bit.
Right.
Because then I realized, he wasn't any good. So therefore, I moved on.
Okay. When you told him you were pregnant, was he okay with that?
He was okay with that until his drama-fied mama was in his ear nagging.
So it's all about Queen.
Yeah, all about Queen. But she's not the queen. Rain is the queen. She needs to bow.
I am the queen. I am the queen. Yeah, I am the queen.
Rain is the queen, not you.
I assume that means that you think Okoye is a mama's boy.
He is. You know why he's a mama's boy? Everywhere his mama go, guess what she want him? She want him in her ass. That's what she want him. Look right here. Look at the nose. Look at their facial. They look alike. You can see it. You can see it. She's identical to him. She don't look like me. She don't look nothing like me.
That does not look like a Greek or an Italian baby.
At all. She's very African-American.
What did Queen, by the way, tell Okoye not to do at the hospital?
Sign the birth certificate.
And
she
did
told
he?
him don't sign the birth certificate.
That's right.
And he did it. He didn't sign the birth certificate.
Okay. In
That's
fact,
my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy.
what really bothers you is what she's telling people about that little baby.
Yeah, she's telling people that it's not her grandchild, and Okoye.
Why does she dislike you so much?
I don't know, because she drama-fied. Maybe she want to sleep with her own son. I don't know.
In fact, didn't Okoye take that little baby to the church one time?
Yes, he took the baby to church. She dropped him off. Oh, but the baby ain't yours. You said.
But she wouldn't look at the baby.
Because she denies the baby. She's just that envious of my baby, I suppose. I don't know.
We're going to bring out the person who you don't like much at all. Here's Mama Queen. It's not his child because...
Because she's a hoe and she sleep around.
Oh, okay. Were you there?
I don't even think he was there.
Were you there?
I don't even think he was there.
He was 24/7.
Oh, yeah, right.
Morning, noon, and night he was.
Queen, are you kind of proud that your son is a mama's boy?
Yes, I am. I sure am. Yes, I am.
You sound dumb.
He's my baby.
And he doesn't date African-American women.
No, he don't date African. When he started out, he started dating Hispanic, whites, Greek, Italian. A phase
Well,
he going
I'm not
through.
either one of those African-American.
It's a phase he going through.
You don't even like, I put up a picture of this little child. You don't even want to look at the baby, do you?
Why should I?
She ain't gotta look at her.
I don't have to look at her.
She gotta look at
Do you think she looks like your son?
Yes, she does.
Okay, go ahead.
My son Okoye looks just like me.
Right.
This baby can't even look at her. None against the baby. It's against her. The baby don't look nothing like us.
Okay, all right.
We got strong genes. That baby looks like me.
Here's the thing. This is not your first rodeo when it comes to babies, right?
No, it's not.
In fact, your son has been accused before of being a father of children, right?
3 other times.
And what happened?
Blood test came back, not the father.
Not the father.
That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Not the father.
That ain't got nothing to do with me, because he's her daddy. He's her
He does have one child, right?
Yes, he does.
And is that child from an African-American woman?
Of course not.
I see.
No, she's Greek.
Why didn't you have Okoye sign the birth certificate?
For what? He's not the daddy.
daddy. He
Why
is.
would
He
he
is
sign
the
a birth
daddy.
certificate?
He is.
Well, he's not
He's
the
the
father.
daddy.
No, he's
He's
not.
the daddy.
Oh, yeah,
He's
time
the
will tell.
daddy.
Time will
He's
tell.
the daddy.
We're going to find out.
I'm telling you
Everybody,
now.
here's the guy. Okoye. Let's start out with something we all can agree on. You were with her.
Briefly, Maury.
Briefly.
Briefly.
Okay.
A phase.
Yeah, briefly. But every
Okay.
day, every morning, every day, every
Okay.
night. Briefly. Yeah. And you enjoyed every minute of it.
Okoye, what is your preference in women?
I don't really have a preference, Maury.
Oh, okay. You
Yes,
see
he
what
does.
he's
Yes, he does. He has a preference. Yes, he does.
How you gonna
Hey,
keep him?
wait a
You
minute.
know?
It's a phase.
You
What
know.
women have you dated before her? Greek, Italian, mixed,
Pretty much
white.
mixed women, Maury.
Thank you. Thank you. Not a black woman.
He dated me. All right.
I want to get. You were with her briefly. Why isn't this your child?
Because, Maury, when we broke up in the time that she was pregnant, we were both going back and forth, and I was sleeping with other women, and she was sleeping with other men. We were both sleeping around, Maury.
No. I wasn't a whole last night when he was with me.
He wasn't with you last night. No, he was
Oh,
not.
he was. That's why you got mad. You was mad. He was with me last night, this morning, all that.
No, he wasn't. He went out with some friends.
He left you in your hotel room to come to my hotel.
Is that right?
Sure did.
He went out with the driver. He went out with the
But he a
driver.
mama's boy, right? He wasn't a mama's boy last night.
He went out with the
He was
driver.
a grown man last night and this morning.
Let's get something straight before we get the results of all this. Queen, what's wrong with your son dating African-American women?
I don't have a problem with it. His preference is not Afro-American. I don't have a problem. When he was young, I always told him I wanted to bring a black woman home.
When you just
Always.
asked him
He
what
never did that.
preference was,
This the first time
he
it's
don't
because
have a preference?
he's going to
Would you say, Okoye, you're a mama's boy?
No, Maury, I wish I was a mama's boy.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
If this is your granddaughter, you're going to get in her life?
No. What?
She don't have to.
Okoye, if
I don't
this is
want
your,
nothing to do
if
with
this
this
is your
whole
daughter,
right
are
here.
you going to get into her life?
I will, Maury.
You
yes.
will. Okay, we're going to find out. When it comes to 6-week-old Rain, Okoye, you are the father.
knew that from the beginning anyways. You knew. You knew.
I don't want nothing to do with her.
You knew. You don't have to have nothing to do with me.
I know you were a good woman, all right? This is your grandbaby.
No,
Okay.
I don't want nothing to do with
Yes,
her.
it is. This is your grandbaby. Okay, be easy now.
You a disgrace. That's what you are.
You're a disgrace.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're a disgrace.
Yeah, I'll be that.
Queen. Hey. Don't you want your daughter to have a
She don't have to. She don't have to. She has my mom.
she don't have
That's
one.
all she needs. That's all she needs.
This woman has a son. She said proudly, my son only, emphasis on only, dates white women. She said that he does not date black women. She claims the child as her grandchild that he has with a white woman. She said she could not even look at this beautiful black baby. This child is very beautiful. And I don't understand why she couldn't even look at this child and see that this child was her son's. She said that she did not care who he dates, but you can hear in her voice that she is very happy her son dates white women. I do believe that she had more than a hand in pushing him in that direction. And I do believe that she does have a problem with her own skin color. I am sure she did not give the white woman hell or question the paternity of the child. I am disgusted by this idea of white is right and white is beautiful among black people. She is dragging this beautiful black woman through the mud, dragging her reputation through the mud. I honestly believe that she was destroyed, that he has a black child and she has a black grandchild, and her son actually likes this black woman. She claims he is a mama's boy, so why wouldn't he want someone that looks like his mother? She said him being with a black woman is just a phase right now. That speaks volumes. I just thought, how can you be a black woman and not like black women? This is so disturbing. I can't imagine if this woman had a daughter. What in the world would she have done to her own daughter? And then how would her daughter feel about black women? This is crazy. In an article, Jaimin Hansu, which is an actor, his son Kenzo said he wanted lighter skin to be his favorite superhero. And because we don't have positive images in the media and we have no one to relate to, the cycle continues. This cycle needs to stop. We really need to take this seriously. It is severely hurting us and it is affecting our babies. They are suffering. Take a look at this video.
Sergeant Johnson and Mr. Johnson, I take it your relatives?
Yes.
You're suing each other. No, Miss Johnson is suing your mother for $600.
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
Why are you bringing your mother to court?
Your Honor, this woman has made my life a living you-know-what. I'm suing her today for
This
$600.
woman?
Yes, this woman.
Referring to the defendant, Miss Annie Johnson, the one who
Referring
gave
to my
birth to
mother.
you?
Yes.
That's why you refer to her?
Yes, this woman.
Well, I tell you what, you won't refer to her like that anymore in this court.
Okay, well, I'll refer to her as Miss Johnson if that's
Yeah.
okay with you.
It's fine with me, but not this woman, baby. We don't play that here. She deserves much more respect than that. Whether you realize it or not, she does. Okay, go on. Now you're going to refer to her as Miss Johnson since you don't want to say mama.
No, I can't call her mom. I don't feel connected to her.
All right. Tell me your story.
She showed up to my job in a place that she has no place being, making a whole ruckus, and pretty much got me sent home on the day that I make the most amount of money. And now I lost $600. But not only that, I lost my life. The life that I have been creating for myself since I left her. I've been trying to get away from her ever since I was younger. Growing up with a mother like her is not easy.
Why?
Look at her. We don't look anything alike. Nothing. I don't even know.
Okay, stop. You told me to look at her. I'm going to look at her. Now look at you.
Yeah, look at
You don't look anything alike.
No.
Why? Why do you say
Because
that?
she has that dark skin.
Ooh. Lord help me. Jesus help me. Okay, she has that dark skin. So what? What do you have?
I have light skin.
And so mothers and daughters and families don't come in different shades?
Oh yeah, that's great. But I've realized growing up that people with that kind of skin has it a little bit harder. And you know, I worked really hard just to keep my life as easy as possible.
Okay, you need to hurry up and explain yourself to me.
Your Honor, growing up with a dark mother was so embarrassing. All of my friends were white. Everybody was white.
Where
The
did you
people,
grow
the
up?
guys I dated were white.
Where did you grow up?
My friends were white. Alabama.
And what? How old are you?
Your Honor, I'm 25 years old.
So what part of Alabama did you grow up in that all your friends were white?
Birmingham.
In Birmingham. And you're 25 years old.
Yeah.
Which means that was in what? 1990 something you were born?
1990.
And all your friends were white.
Yes.
So if you grew up in Birmingham, Alabama, and all your friends were white, you didn't grow up with your mother?
She was barely around. She was busy cleaning up after white people.
Ooh.
I didn't want to live that poor life.
Mrs. Johnson, when this child of yours was born, that's over here,
Yes, Your Honor.
where were you living?
We were living in Alabama, Your Honor, and I was cleaning houses for a living, Your Honor, and so we ended up living with different white families as I had my job there.
So that's why she said all her friends were white.
Yes, ma'am.
And she went to school in the area of the families, the families that you lived and worked for. She went to school there.
Yes, ma'am.
And do
Yes,
you
ma'am.
realize and understand why you were able to do that?
Yes, because she was poor and uneducated. And so I had to live a life of struggling. And like I said, I tried, once I got away from her, I tried my best not to live that kind of life.
So how did you get away from her?
I earned enough money to get away from her, and I started dating this white guy whose family had a lot of money.
At what age?
16.
And then you changed your life? You changed your
Yes,
identity
I
or
went
something?
to college. I got an education,
All
something
right.
that she does not have. You won't see
And
it.
is that her fault that she doesn't have an education?
Yes.
Why?
She's her own woman. I'm not her mother.
You say you went to college?
Yes.
You sound like an ignorant fool.
Doesn't matter.
You don't sound like a college-educated woman. You didn't learn anything about history. Did you take a history class?
Sure did.
You didn't learn a doggone thing. Because if you don't understand why your mother was working where she was working and doing the kind of work that she did and did not get a college education, it's because you don't understand your history and what went on in America during her age, a woman in the 60s or 60 and over. And you have the audacity to turn down your nose at her for doing what she could to keep your little behind alive and well.
I just don't live my life as a black person, so
What you live your life as?
I live my life as a person of privilege.
You live your life as a
Similar
lie.
to those
That's
of
why,
white people.
because you said the man that you went to live with, his family was privileged, not you.
Well, that's the life
So
that
you
I
live a
created
lie.
for myself.
Okay.
That's the life that I created for myself, and she ruined it.
So how did she
ruined
ruin
that,
it?
and she ruined my relationship with everybody.
How did she ruin your life? And how did we get to this $600 claim?
Because, Your Honor, once I got enough money to get away from her, I moved away. I didn't give her my number. I didn't give her my address. I told her if I wanted to get in contact with her that I'd reach out to her. But no, she is stalking me. She showed up one day to a grocery store in my neighborhood, stalking me down in the aisles, trying to talk to me in front of all these white people.
Oh my God, what a terrible thing.
And then the following week, she shows up to my job, causing a ruckus. And when she
what did
did
she
that,
do?
she's just at the door saying, "Oh, there's my daughter. I need something to say to my daughter, blah, blah, blah." And
What
I
was
see
your
her.
job?
I'm a dancer,
What kind of dancer?
a burlesque dancer.
Burlesque dancer.
Yes.
College educated, that's the best you could do?
Yes, I'm still in grad school.
Oh, what you in grad school for?
Law.
Okay. Law? Who are you going to represent?
Myself.
Yeah, you're right. Just you. Because not too many people would hire you with your state of ignorance. So your mother is outside asking for you, not asking, but telling people that's my daughter and I want to see her.
Right, and she said that to my boss.
And?
And now he's asking me if that's my mom, and so of course I had to say no, because they can't have people like her in there.
What?
You mean black people, you're dancing at a burlesque club somewhere in Alabama that's still racist?
Listen,
and black people aren't allowed?
Your Honor, let me tell you something. My boyfriend found out that my mom was black, and he confronted me about it. And when I said no, I wasn't black, he put his hands on me.
Yeah.
And it's her fault. She came here to ruin me.
It's your fault because
It's
you've been
her
living
fault.
a lie. And you won't accept your heritage and your roots. And you will not acknowledge your mother as your mother. It's your fault because you've been living a lie. And your lie got discovered. And it was totally unnecessary. If you knew who you were and you were so intelligent and so sensible, you wouldn't have to live a lie. I didn't live a lie. And I have a college education.
That's great. She doesn't.
Oh, my goodness. Miss Johnson, I feel your pain. Yes, ma'am. I feel your pain. So that's when you say you got sent home because she came to your job and they found out you were not black, white, but black, and therefore they sent you home because she wasn't allowed there?
Yes, they sent me home.
Where
because
is
they
this
can't
place?
have people like her there.
People like her.
Yes.
They had people like her because they had you.
Like I said, her and I are different, obviously.
Miss Johnson, let me hear from you.
Your Honor, I'm so sorry.
If you can talk, because whew, God help me, because I feel like coming down there and knocking some sense in your head.
Your Honor, I'm just really saddened that I'm here in the first place and that you and everybody else has to hear and know that my daughter is suing me for $600. And I have to say I'm not surprised.
Really?
I'm not surprised.
Why not?
Because my daughter and I, the best thing about this case, Your Honor, is that I get to see my baby because we don't talk, and I don't see her ever.
Coming up,
She can't pass.
Justice with Judge Maybelline. We're back with the case of Sandra Johnson, who is suing Elma Johnson for lost wages.
So how did you find out where she was?
Well, I ran into a friend of hers that...
A white friend?
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
And she told me that my daughter frequented a certain grocery store, so I started frequenting the store just in hopes that I would see her because I wanted to talk to her. I wanted to see if she was healthy, that she was happy, and I knew that I would be able to tell that if I could just look into her eyes, that I would know how she was doing.
She may be healthy and happy physically, but she's not healthy.
Well,
She's emotionally destroyed.
Well, you know, Your Honor, this happened a while back because my daughter, she's never been happy in her own skin, basically.
That's what I said. She's emotionally destroyed.
And because her father, he died shortly after she was born, and he was very light complected. And so she took her color from him. And as
She's
you can,
not that much different than you in color. She can't pass for white.
Your Honor, you must not be looking at me.
yeah, but
I'm looking at you real clear. And you know good and well, you don't know because you're ignorant, but we have it all different shapes.
Well, I wanted my daughter to have a better life than I
As
did.
every mother does.
And, you know, she expressed to me early on that she wished that we were both white because of the challenges that she had experienced in school, and she saw that the darker skinned people she felt were having a harder time, so she didn't want that kind of life. And so
We said that, wanting more, you can have more and better without missing her.
yes.
That's the part I don't.
Ronna, you see very much. And so when we get home, she didn't like my hair, the way that my hair looked, because as you can see, she has that beautiful, silky, straight hair. But I tried to explain to her, Your Honor, that that God created us all the way that we are, and that as long as we were healthy, that we were blessed. And it didn't matter what color that you are. You know,
Yeah.
and I tried to share that with my daughter, but she just didn't want any parts of me.
Coming up,
Why are you crying? So what did you do when you went to her job, when you finally found out where she was and where she worked? Well, feeling a mother's pain and love for her child.
Well, Your Honor, when I went to her job, I wasn't trying to stalk her or anything. I just needed to talk to her and so on. I was just telling the security guard there that my daughter was in there and that I needed to talk to her because I had to share something that was
Did you get a
really
chance
important.
to share it?
No, Your Honor, because the security guard just looked me up and down and let me know that
You weren't welcome.
I wasn't welcome there.
You want to share it now? Since she won't allow you to share it elsewhere?
Yes, Your Honor.
What she got to say?
What'd you say?
I don't want to hear what she has to say.
You got self-hatred. You're living with self-hatred. Trust me, I know it, because I lived with it. I didn't like my thick, nappy, quote, hair, my big nose, my dark skin. I know what you're feeling. But the way you're dealing with it, lying about who you are and what you are and your parentage and your heritage is not the way to handle it. You've got to learn to live with the skin you're in. Do you realize that? Do you realize that?
I realized that I was happy before she came.
You don't have to hate yourself. You're beautiful as you are, no matter what skin color you are, but the beauty comes from within, not from without. Mm-hmm. And you're nasty within. And that's because you are hurting and don't like yourself. But you can get some help and deal with that. But not listening to your mom and hating her. She was born the way she was born. Did she have control over that? No way. Now, I understand from what I read, what your mother has to tell you is something very private about her health. Is that right?
That's right, Your Honor.
And I don't know if you want to share it with the rest of the world. But I'm not so sure that she'll let you sit and talk to her.
She got to say what she got to say now.
Say it.
I went to my doctor because I hadn't been feeling that well. And he took one look at me and saw that my color was different, that I didn't look good, and he asked me what had been going on. And so when I shared with him that I was so worn out and stressed out because I didn't have a relationship with my daughter. My blood pressure was high. Everything was going wrong. So the doctor ordered several tests for me, and I took those tests, Your Honor.
What's the diagnosis?
And the diagnosis was terminal, Your Honor. And I needed to, that's why I was at the club, Your Honor, so I could talk to my daughter and I could share with her and I could tell her what was going on with me. Because I wanted to be able to say goodbye to her before it was too late. I wanted to let her know that I loved her. I wanted her to know that I forgave her for all the hurtful things that she said to me, Your Honor. I love you, baby. You're always going to be my baby. I don't care what has gone on before, Your Honor. So that's why I was there.
Why are you
not trying to get her fired.
Why are you crying?
I'm not crying.
What you feeling?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Judge Mabeline's verdict: when justice with
Order? I'm not ordering your mother to pay $600. You lost your job because you lost the night shift and the $600 because of your lies, because of your dishonesty. Had you simply said to that man, yes, that's my mother. Can I have a minute to go talk to her? He probably wouldn't have told you to go home. But that was the only way she could get to see you. You did that. So, judgment for the defendant, I'm denying your claim, but I'm ordering you to go sit down and have a conversation with your mother. If you don't want to talk, just let her talk and you listen. Now, that's the order of the court.
Judge Mabeline has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's case has been denied.
This was so wicked. This affected me when I saw it. I can't believe the disrespect and filthiness of this woman's daughter. We are suffering from not only the physical and emotional effects of white supremacy, but the less understood mental abuse at the hands of white supremacy. The fact that we think we are free and beyond the oppression of the past has developed in us this unnatural love for a group of people that uphold a system to make us suffer, and it's sick. This system is so effective and has claimed our minds so well, some of us have become a danger to our own. I will leave the article in the description box below. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.